sad loss, Hollywood director Richard Donner, the man behind many blockbuster movies from the 80s including Superman, The Goonies and Lethal Weapon, passed away on Monday at 19. He is seen in 2017. Hollywood director Richard Donner has died at the age of 91. The man behind many blockbuster movies from the 80s, including Superman, The Goonies and Lethal Weapon, passed away on Monday, according to his wife, film producer Lauren Schuler Donner and his business manager. The cause of death has not yet been revealed, according to Deadline. Donner was one of the top directors in the 70s and 80s as his name became synonymous with high-grossing summer films. The icon was best known for The Omen, Superman, The Goonies and 4 Lethal Weapon films, but he had not worked much in the past decade. He began his career in 1960 in television, first gaining momentum when he served as an assistant on The Loretta Young Show in 1961 for 5 episodes. He went on to work on the popular shows Route 66 and Wagon Train. Then he directed episodes of The Rifleman and The Twilight Zone as well as the hit series The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Gilligan's Island and The Streets of San Francisco. In 1968 Richard turned to directing movies with his debut being Salt and Pepper. His follow-up was not until 1975 when he had a big hit on his hands with the spooky horror feature The Omen with Gregory Peck, Lee Grant, and Lee Remick, which became an instant classic. That was followed up by Superman starring Christopher Reeve, Marlon Brando, and Margot Kidder, another big earner. John Savage was the star of his 1980 movie Inside Moves, which also included blonde beauty Diana Scarwood. The medieval story Lady Hawk with Michelle Pfeiffer was a critical success. Then came the box office dynamo The Goonies in 1985, which was based on a story by Steven Spielberg. In 1987 he collaborated with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover on the buddy cop movie Lethal Weapon, which was such a massive success, it spawned 3 sequels, all of which were directed by Donner. All 4 films were shot within 11 years and brought in almost $1 billion. In 1988 he rocked the box office with Scrooge, which was based on the 1843 novella A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. The comedy starred SNL vet Bill Murray. Gibson was his star again for 1994's Western film Maverick with Jodie Foster as the love interest. Then the pals worked together again in 1997's Conspiracy Theory, which also featured Julia Roberts. Donner's last project as director was 2006's 16 Blocks. He was also a celebrated producer, working on the likes of the Free Willy trilogy, X-Men and X-Men Origins, Wolverine. Last December, Richard confirmed he was to re-team with Gibson and Glover on a 5th Lethal Weapon movie. He said at the time, "This is the final one. It's both my privilege and duty to put it to bed. It's exciting, actually. Ha ha ha. It's the last one, I'll promise you that." Lethal Weapon star Glover paid tribute to the filmmaker. "My heart is broken. Working with Dick Donner, Mel Gibson and the Lethal Weapon team was one of the proudest moments of my career," said the San Francisco native. "I will forever be grateful to him for that. Dick genuinely cared about me, my life and my family. We were friends and loved each other far beyond collaborating for the screen and the success that the Lethal Weapon franchise brought us. I will so greatly miss him." Spielberg, who wrote the story Goonies was based on, said, "Dick had such a powerful command of his movies, and was so gifted across so many genres. being in his circle was akin to hanging out with your favorite coach, smartest professor, fiercest motivator, most endearing friend, staunchest ally, and, of course, the greatest Goonie of all. He was all kid. All heart. All the time. I can't believe he's gone, but his husky, hearty laugh will stay with me always. Director Edgar Wright also shared his thoughts. He tweeted, "Richard Donner's big heart and effervescent charm shone in his movies through the remarkable performances of his cast, which is no mean feat. You remember all the characters in Superman, Lethal Weapon, The Goonies and more, because Donner knew how to capture that magic on screen. One Donner film I saw young and return to often is The Omen. Because it's oft imitated, it doesn't get the credit for being a perfectly paced and performed horror movie. I think of it as the first 80s movie in the 70s. David Warner's story in it is burned in my mind forever. I only met Richard once and he was funny, charming and so full of stories, and happy to indulge my geeky questions. I'm sad I'll never get to meet him again. R.I.P. Kevin Smith also praised Richard for his lasting impact on the movie industry. He wrote, "Richard Donner made the devil a child in The Omen, invented the modern-day comic book movie with Superman, and reinvented the buddy cop movie with Lethal Weapon. I got to meet with him last year about a project. Guy was a natural-born storyteller. Thanks for all the flicks, Dick." The Goonies actor Sean Astin shared, "Richard Donner had the biggest, boomiest voice you could imagine. He commanded attention and he laughed like no man has ever laughed before. Dick was so much fun. What I perceived in him, as a 12-year-old kid, is that he cared. I love how much he cared.